Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Vic's Garage. We got more parts. Let's take a look at what we have here. So fresh off the delivery truck, US Car Tools chassis stiffening kit has come in. Frame connectors, torque boxes, rad support. I didn't order the rear leaf spring kit because I have one from before, the old Mopar one, and I'm not sure I'm going to do it, depending how I decide to set up the rear end. I'm looking at the Riley Motorsports rear end setup because I do want to do the front end, and I do kind of want to build a pro touring car that handles well. So that's still something being investigated. But this is everything else they make for the 3rd Gen B body. So we're going to take a look at this stuff, give it a quick once over, and see how it is. Let's take a look. All right, let's unbox this, the frame connectors first. This is the first time I've looked at them as well. I opened it, but I didn't pull them out. So I'm seeing it for the first time too. Man, just as I'm starting to get my garage back, I'm starting to fill it up again with parts. And man, these are some pretty nice frame connectors, I can tell already, compared to my old ones. So my old ones were basically, when I had it done, at the same time I did the roll cage, they just put, basically it was a 1x3 rectangular tube, did it between the transmission, or the cross member and the rear rails, welded in a plate on either end and just tied it together. And that made a massive difference in the structure of the car. And if you remember from some of the other videos as we started stripping this car, the frame rails were literally on their last legs. So the fact that those two connectors made such a big difference in the ability to stiffen the car is pretty amazing. Now I can just look at these ones. Now, US Car Tool has them laser cut, contoured to fit with the bottom of the floor. So these will have way more contact and should make an even bigger difference. Now just take a look at these and the shape of these. Laser cut, like I said. It's pretty thick steel. And because they're going to be in contact with the floor the whole way, they're going to be tied into the structure of the car way more than like the old style I had were. So this is a pretty nice upgrade if you're looking to stiffen up your old B-body Mopar. I know US Car Tool makes them for basically all the Mopars, so whatever you got, they have it. Clearly marked left and right. You see over there the left. We'll go just do a temporary test fit with the jack and see how they look under the car. But clearly I'm gonna have to give these a quick once over and primer. I'll probably use the Car Rep 2K rattle can and spray these up, get them ready to go. So here we are underneath, and you can see generally the contour is not bad. I still have to put my rear pan in, obviously, and it's gonna need some grinding to get it nice and tight. But you can see how it's got the contour of the floor. So with a little massaging, it's going to fit nice and tight, high up in there, and just provide a full structure along the whole bottom of the car from front to rear. Like that's going to stiffen this whole car up a ton. Okay, next up we got the torque boxes. US Car Tool would be nice if you threw a label for which side is which. Okay, so I got the torque boxes here up close. As you can see, these ones for sure are the rears because they have this hole so that you can access the nuts for your leaf springs. As far as left and right, they're not labeled. I also can't test fit these right now because my rear frame rails have a bar welded across to just kind of hold them together and help set the widths when we were installing them. So it's just kind of in the way to put those up in there right now. But as far as the fronts go, these ones here, again, not labeled. I thought they were originally here. It says RF. I thought that meant right front, but both sides have got the exact same number on them. And I can't test fit them because I have to have this piece installed, which I'm pretty sure ties in to that lip there. So this sits between the firewall, floor pan, and the frame rail and kind of ties all three pieces together. So once that's installed, I can get on these. But as far as everything about these, they look solid. I'm sure they'll require some massaging, just like everything else, including the frame connectors, as you saw. But besides that, and not being labeled, they look pretty good. All right, on to the next box. So I had to stare at these for a second, and these are the inner fender braces. And man, they are heavy duty. I did not anticipate them looking like this. Just look at the size of these. So check these out up close and just see how big they are. I mean, these are the normal inner fender braces. Look at those. Nothing. These are nothing compared to these. So this, man, you know, it took me a second to realize it looking at them up close. And I've seen the photo of them obviously prior to ordering them, but like it never clued into me like how big these are. Like, man, that is gonna stiffen the front end a ton. I'm honestly blown away by the size of those. And just to kind of show you how this is going to go on, I mean, it's going to be something like this. Just look at the difference. This, I mean, I don't even know if this is the left or right side, but whatever, versus this. I think this is the driver's side, but you get the idea. Like, look at the difference between these two. That's just crazy. So also in the box, these are for the strut towers, and they attach to this piece here. It'll weld in like that. And then these here come in and fill the gaps in on the side. So that's how they go in. Obviously, when I get to that, I will get to that. Okay, so here's the radiator supports up close. This is the reproduction factory one. As you can see, open on the back. It's a thinner gauge metal. I've seen people install these over the originals and also cut them out. So we'll see when I get to it. But this is the back. It boxes in. Much like that. And completely ties it all together. The metal's also a thicker. Just you can see the difference in the thickness between the original and that. So here you can see how it would sit if I go with the install route where I sit it in. It's actually not that bad with a little bit of hammering. I was able to kind of really force it in. Not even hammering, just kind of squeezed it hard. So there's that. And then, like I said, I've seen other people where they've just cut this off and then they just seam weld it along the back side to this too and install it that way. So when I get there, I'll decide how I want to do it. But it does seem like it lines up not too bad. So just one more thing I wanted to point out. After talking to the people at US Car Tool via email, one of the other things they recommended in regards to stiffening up the car was welding the seam along the firewall and floor pan solid. So that's what I did. You'll see it in the floor pan install video. I don't know which one will come out first, but that's what I did the other day. Welded that up solid, and this floor pan will will never leave this car again, that's for sure. All right, everyone, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. As always, like, subscribe, and if you enjoy the content on the channel and you want to follow the build of this car, hit the notification bell so you don't miss it when videos drops. The US Car Tool stuff is great. Quality looks good. Can't really complain. Most of the stuff seems to fit fairly close with, obviously we'll need some massaging, but it is what it is. And that stuff never just is 100%. The only complaint I have is it would be nice if they marked the torque boxes left, right, just to make it easier so that I don't have to sit there and spin them around 100 times. So I say, you know, that's the way it goes. But they're good. Maybe a set of instructions in the box, but it's all out there. There's videos out there on how to do this, and I'll make sure to make a video of the process when I get to it. But good stuff. I can't wait to install this and get it into the car. Metal going in is always fun. It makes me feel like we're actually moving ahead with this project. So if by the end of this year I can get the metal work done, that's going to be a huge relief for me. So that's the goal. I don't want to, I try not to set timelines on this project just because money's always a limiting factor, and how fast you move along is just how much money you want to spend. So I'm trying to do it as slow as or as fast as possible, but I don't have the money to just throw it all at it. So these coming in though is great. We've got the front floor pan in, the rear seat well and rear footwells and seat pan should be going in soon. Once those are in, then we can put in all these chassis stiffening stuff, and then most of the car will be done. I mean, like, we got front frame rails in, we got to do the inner fenders, the rear trunk pan, but those things will be quick. So the key is getting the rest of the floor in, and then we can really start motoring and moving forward. I'm looking to get some new quarters maybe, but AMD's out of stock, so we'll wait and see on that. But things are coming along. So if you guys, again, thanks for watching. If you guys like this, subscribe to follow the build, hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. If you're into just some history content, check out some of the other videos on the channel. And until then, guys, until the next video drops, I'll take it easy. I'll see you then.